Hi Leos, it's Jill and welcome to Tarot by the Sea. This is your reading from the 5th to the 11th of February 2018. I'm sorry it's a little bit late. Last but not least, I'm afraid, I did it by the number of views on the February readings. And unfortunately you're at the bottom. Someone has to be, I guess. Someone has to be. Yeah, so here we go. This is your reading. Doesn't mean I love you any less. Right, here we go, here we go. The Chariot. This is really weird, the Chariot in this deck, is because the Chariot's supposed to be about moving forward, but in this deck she's got those two sphinxes, and they're like statues sitting in front of her. And it's just like she's going nowhere. She's going absolutely nowhere. Oh, I'm not taking hidden cards. No, not that many. Not that many. I've started getting hidden cards in the Scorpio and Cancer readings last week. I started getting hidden cards. They've just given me like 20, and I'm like, no way. No way. So maybe there's a lot you don't know that's going on. Ace of Wands, opportunity for a passionate new start, but will you take it? Ace of Cups is on the top as well. King of Cups, Knight of Cups, Lovers, all on the top. King of Cups again, Ace of Cups again. Come on, let's get some cards on. You're getting the same cards repeating through. Court cards, Cups, Court cards. Could be dealing with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio. Okay, King of Pentacles, Three of Cups together. Wasn't entirely sure about those two. Emperor. Ace of Cups underneath the Ace of Wands. Opportunity for something passionate and emotionally fulfilling. But you have the Three of Cups as well. I'm hoping it's not a third-party relationship. We have the King of Pentacles and we have the Emperor, so you could be dealing with an earth sign and a fire sign. And a water sign. Fire sign could be you. Tends to be Aries, but it could be you. Can't make a decision. You've got Queen of Cups, you've got Knight of Cups again on the top. Ace of Wands. God, you've got so many. Ace, Queen of Cups again. Come on, guys, give me some cards, please. Queen of Cups is desperate to come out, bless her. Hidden card. Queen of Cups again on the top, and the Virgo card, who could be the King of Pentacles. What the heck is going on? Why will these cards not come out? The Queen of Cups is absolutely desperate. There she is. She is absolutely desperate to come out. Absolutely desperate to come out. But I don't take them unless they actually come out. So maybe this is something that's taken a while. Maybe this is something that is going to take a while with this Queen of Cups. We have two males. We have the Emperor and we have the King of Pentacles and we have the Queen of Cups. But remember that the males don't have to be males and females don't have to be females, okay? It's not really gender specific, it just gives the energies. The queens tend to be more kind of nurturing and loving than the men do on the whole, but that's a bit stereotypical, isn't it? That's a bit mean. It's more about the energy, to be honest. It's more about the energy. Right, we have the Four of Spring. Whoa. Six of Winter. Ace of Spring. Ace of Wands again. Oh my God, Leo. Leo, Leo, Leo. We just had someone ready to walk away from who have I just done? Literally just done Scorpio. Possibly for a Leo. I don't know whether it was the reading that I put up, but in one of the readings that I did for them, I had to stop one partway through, and there was someone who was ready to walk away, possibly for a Leo. Right, we have the Three of Winter. Somebody's feeling guarded, okay? Somebody's feeling guarded, and it could be about past love. Reach out to others for comfort and love. You will grow stronger from the situation. Sadness that will heal with time. I have a hidden card under here, which is the Six of Swords. You also have the Six of Winter. You're moving away from troubled times, moving away to calmer waters, okay? I think some of you may actually be leaving. Possibly. Or you're just moving into a transition stage in your relationship where, you know, you may have had problems in the past and now you're kind of moving past them. Yeah, and that maybe answers it. The Chariot is traditionally about moving forward. This person's not going anywhere. Okay. And then you have the Four of Spring. And this is be grateful. You have much to celebrate. Deep feelings of peace and happiness. A contented personal life. And that's possibly why they're not moving forward. Perhaps within this relationship you have the opportunity for a new passionate start. Or some of you have an opportunity for a new passionate start outside of this relationship, but that doesn't make an awful lot of sense to me. If you've had issues in the past within this relationship, I would have thought it's to do with that instead. Okay, maybe you're rekindling that passion with the person that you're with. Positive changes are on their way. A welcome relief from troubled times. Travelling or relocating. Maybe you're going off on a nice holiday together. That would be nice, wouldn't it? This is a strange card. We have the Three of Cups. Now, it could be a third-party situation, okay? This may be a third-party situation, but I'm not kind of seeing that. Perhaps there was one in the past, but this is kind of more a celebration card to me. If you guys are in a relationship and you've managed to pull things together, and you've got this Ace of Wands, for some of you it could be a third-party relationship where you're quite happy at home, but this is a passionate new start. An opportunity for passion rather than love, but we do have the Ace of Cups comes in later, then quite possibly it could be. But for some of you, it's just being happy after a period of problems in your relationship, and you're just happy with your partner, and both your cups are just overflowing, okay? You have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles, you may be dealing with an earth sign. The King of Pentacles is basically, he's stable, he's a good provider. He is a family man, you know, he's a good businessman, he's a good provider, he's a good dad, he's all of those things, okay? The only problem with the King of Pentacles is he can be a little bit stubborn, he can be a little bit controlling, he likes things his way. And he kind of can plod, okay? He's not the most dynamic of kings, and the kings aren't as dynamic as the knights, but he's definitely not the most dynamic of kings. If you think the Knight of Pentacles is on his horse, and he's barely moving, the king's not even on a horse, he's sitting on his throne, you know. But you have the Ace of Spring, which is the Ace of Wands again. Time to take action, be fearless and happily pursue your most treasured dreams, amazing career opportunities. So, I mean, that in itself is just like, maybe you have this opportunity for this Ace of Wands, And it's like, are you going to take it? Are you going to take it? Because you have it. It's there in front of you, and it's like, do you want to take it? The King of Wands is bloody slow though. So it's like, oh, sorry, excuse me a second. Xander, would you mind going and closing the door, please? Thank you. And here's a washing machine that seems to be very loud today. Then we have the Emperor, okay? And the Emperor and the King of Wands always seem very similar to me. Apart from the Emperor is a fire sign as well. So maybe there is just like, I've just been told, maybe there's life in the old dog yet. Okay? So maybe this is kind of like the King of Pentacles has kind of woken up and become a little bit more passionate, and a little bit more driven and that kind of thing. Which is lovely, which is really, really nice if that's the situation. We have the Queen of Summer. And the Queen of Summer is the Queen of Wands. No, she's not. She's a Queen of Cups. And she's a water sign. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And she's very loving and she's very kind. And she's loving, comforting, emotional and intuitive. Listen to your heart. Intuitive insights you can trust. Taking care of others, perhaps too much. Perhaps this has been a bit of a codependent relationship, okay? You have the Emperor, who may well be quite controlling. And you have the Queen of Cups, who's water sign, who's basically kind of maybe been looking after him too much. It's one of those relationships where she kind of like runs after him and washes all his socks and stuff, and he's quite controlling. Quite a traditional sort of relationship, I suppose, in many ways, where this is very much kind of like alpha male strong role, and there's a kind of like loving, kind, sweet wife. For some of you, and suddenly this passion has just kind of come back into it, and it's just like, woohoo! And you have the Nine of Summer. Perhaps you've been waiting for this. Perhaps you've been waiting for this for a long time. As wishes come true, dreams fulfilled, a magical time of life. Maybe you have been having problems in your relationship and you've managed to resolve them. If that's the case, I'm really, really pleased for you. For some of you, however, this is where it goes off. Let's stay with that storyline for now. Okay, you have this Queen of Cups, we have this Ace of Cups, okay, and you have the opportunity for something that's emotionally fulfilling. But the problem is you have this Ego card, which is the illusion of being trapped, placing too much importance on material items and getting caught up in fear and worry. My sense is that this could be to do with work. You have the opportunity for the Ace of Cups. You are the King of Pentacles who works his butt off. You have the Emperor who has to run his entire empire, and I think maybe this is about work. The thing that is trapping you and stopping you from enjoying this Ace of Cups could well be that you've got so much going on at work, and in other aspects of your life you're just like, oh my god, what am I going to do? Okay, I want to spend time with this person, I want to spend time with my Queen of Cups, but she's sitting at home by herself with the cup waiting for me, okay, and instead I'm at work. You have no work cards in here though, you have no pentacles in here at all, so it's just like, right, what's that all about? Set your concerns aside for now, you can make a decision later. Solutions that come from meditation. Need for more sleep or a vacation. We already had the travelling, so maybe you guys need to just take a break and go on holiday. Maybe what's happened in the past, and this is a little bit of a sad one, maybe there was a third-party relationship in the past, because maybe the Queen of Cups was sitting at home with her cup waiting for you. Okay, and then we have the Three of Winter, which says, reach out to others for comfort and love. You will grow stronger from this situation. Sadness that will heal with time. Perhaps this person, because she was stuck at home on her own, you know, with her little cup of love, while the Emperor was off doing his Emperor things. Perhaps she did reach out to someone else for comfort and love. Sorry, my computer screen's just frozen, and I'm hoping, yeah, it's just, I hate it when they do that. They put updates in the corner and it just stops the screen. Perhaps they did. Perhaps they did that. Or perhaps they were the ones who had the opportunity for the Ace of Cups. but they didn't take it because they were feeling extremely guarded against it. Here comes this bear, okay, who's offering love. She's got her lightsabers crossed across her chest. This could be the other partner in the couple. Yeah, this is old love. Yeah, maybe she's younger than him. Maybe this person came along and offered love, because if you look, he's looking at her with loving eyes. And maybe she was lonely. And maybe the opportunity came up. But for most of you, I think she didn't take it. Or he didn't take it. It doesn't have to be gender specific. But for some of you, I think maybe they did. There is another reading in here as well, and this is running really short compared to everyone else's. It all kind of goes this way, okay? I'm going to put the cards away and I'm going to reshuffle because there's something else that I'm feeling needs to come out as well. That's a storyline for some of you where you have sorted out your relationship issues, I think. I think the Queen of Cups is still feeling incredibly guarded. Because we had the Three of Swords and we had the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups by her nature is quite guarded. She kind of gets distant, she kind of gets detached, and that's her way of protecting herself. So perhaps she's still feeling like this. If the Emperor and the King of Pentacles did have a third party relationship, and they're both in my hand right now, if they did have a third party relationship, then maybe she's still feeling incredibly guarded. Maybe things have been sorted out to an extent, but she's still feeling incredibly guarded. Right, so this is another reading for Leos, who the last one didn't resonate with. Please, Leos for the 5th to the 11th, hidden card. Leos 5th to the 11th of February 2018. Right, you've got a decision to make. You have the Two of Wands. Three of Wands. Okay, I'm just seeing something in that card. We have the Two of Wands, which is obviously this guy is heading towards those two wands, yeah? But he's got a wand in his hand as well. What I'm being shown is that once he walks past here, he makes this decision. He takes those two wands and then he becomes a Three of Wands, which is waiting for your ships to come in, okay? So there will be a period of time after that decision is made where you may have to wait a little while before your ships come in. What else do we have? We have the Moon. Maybe there are things that you don't know yet. Oopsie. This could be to do with work, could be to do with a water sign, could be to do with an air sign. You have Five of Wands, so you have kind of petty bickering and arguing and things like that going on too, possibly. Or you will have, or you have had. Five of Cups, crying over spilt milk. You're basically, some of you are in a 5 stage, which is tough. Five of Wands, Five of Cups, the World, transition, not being able to make a decision. Oh dear, Leos. And what have we got in the bottom of the deck? We have the Five of Swords, which at this point is basically saying that you've come out of something, okay, and you need to make a decision. You need to kind of like choose what to focus on. But you have the Two of Wands, and it's telling you that you need to do this. But then at the end of the reading, you have the Two of Swords. So maybe you're still in two minds as to this. And we have the Wheel of Fortune, so things are moving forward one way or the other. Okay. We have the Two of Wands. I don't know whether I said the decks Gilded Tarot, Tira Marchetti, and Fairy Tarot deck during Virtue and Radley Valentine. Okay, Three of Autumn. I think this may be to do about work, actually. Justice. Whoa. You may have a few options. Six of Spring. I'm not taking two for each one, just one please. Ten of Winter. Five of Spring, which is the Five of Wands, which we already had. Prince of Autumn. On the bottom of the deck you have the Star, you have hope. Yay! We like that. Okay, look to the future with hope and optimism, the power of faith to move mountains, happy changes that bring relief from troubling times. That's nice, we like that. And the Wheel of Fortune is turning, so you have good luck as well. Right. So, you need to make a decision. I think this is about your career, okay? So you may need to make this decision, and as I say, there may be a time period afterwards where you are in the Three of Wands state, where you have to wait for your shifts to come in, alright? It says, follow your passion when it comes to your career. Be the best that you can do, being compensated for your creative talents. Then we have the Moon card. I think some of you, there's still some things that you don't actually know about this opportunity at this point. Take the time to review the details carefully. You will win in the end, fair and objective decisions. Perhaps you need to go for an interview for this job, or perhaps you're waiting for more information about what the role is. And it's asking you to review the details when you do your application. When you go for your interview, it says review the details carefully. Maybe you need to be, maybe you're waiting to sign a contract, and you need to check the details of the contract before you sign it too. Okay. You have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is usually about petty bickering, but I wonder in this case whether this is about competition. Maybe there are other people going for the same role as well. Okay, so there might be quite strong competition. It says bring fun into everything you do. Two of Autumn. Juggling multiple priorities or jobs, an exceptional talent for multitasking. If that is something that you have, maybe that is the thing that is going to give you the edge over other people. Okay, the fact that you can multitask and handle lots of things at the same time. Wonderful news on its way, smart choices that bring rewards, success and public recognition. So, if you're going for a new job, it looks like it's all good. So, well done you. Or maybe this is the other thing that you need to basically push forward, is the fact that you do make smart choices. You have had success in the past. So maybe you're really good at multitasking and you're really damn good at your job. Okay, maybe that's what you need to push forward. But I think for some of you, then yay. Okay. That's a funny combination of cards. It wouldn't be a funny combination of cards, but it's really weird. It goes from bring fun into everything you do, okay, and wonderful news on its way, blah 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 blah, and then it goes to the Five of Cups and the Ten of Winter. And the Five of Cups is obviously the kind of crying over spilt milk kind of card. Maybe you've applied for a few things, and the things that you actually wanted you haven't got, and then you've been offered something else. That's really strange. I'm going to clarify those two cards following on from the rest, because it seems like midweek the energy totally changes, and it's just like, whoa, what the hell just happened there? I think you're triumphant because you have the Five of Swords. They pick someone. They pick someone. I think, and maybe it's not you. But then why do you get a resolution of difficulties and a weight lifted off your shoulders? Maybe for some of you, maybe it's one of these bleeding awful situations where you've been the acting person doing this job. You've been picking up the slack from somebody else. And then they've actually interviewed for the job. You've interviewed for it, and they've given you something, given it to somebody else, even though you've been doing the job for the past kind of 6 months or whatever. And yeah, you're a little bit pissed off about it, but actually it means that it's going to take a massive amount off your workload. For some of you. 8 of Water, a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. Maybe at that point you're just like, yeah, do you know what, you're bloody cheeky and I'm going to go and get another job. And I can't say I blame you, quite honestly, because that's just damn rude. Okay, that's going to be for a very specific number of you. I hate it when that happens. I've seen that happen before and it makes me so cross. Okay. For some of you, that's the end. Okay. For some of you, if you actually get the job. For some of you, you will get the job, but for the majority of you, you won't get the job. Okay. For those who don't get the job, because there are three cups that you can see in the front there. There are 3 cups that you can see in the front there. For those of you who don't get the job, it's time for you to move on, because I think you're rightly peed off and feeling very unappreciated right now. I think maybe time for you to move on. For the ones of you who do get the job, then basically congratulations, that's a really good card for you. You're transitioning up possibly to the next stage. Opposing goals arising from differing opinions, feeling at odds with yourself or other people, overly ambitious people. Perhaps you applied for something that you weren't really ready for, to be honest. Some of you, possibly. And I'm sorry to say that, but maybe you did. Maybe some of you are really cross. Maybe some of you are just feeling cross. For those of you who get the job, I think there's also going to be a few issues because it's opposing goals arising from differing opinions. So maybe what your idea of how the job should be done and somebody else's idea of how the job should be done are very different. And maybe you're going to be working with people whose idea of what your role should be is very different from what your idea is. You have the Prince of Autumn, which is Knight of Pentacles. Cautious but wise action, meticulous attention to detail and kindness to others. He's dependable, protective, chivalrous and humorous. So I think maybe you're moving forward slowly with whatever this is. Okay? You're not quite sure, you're not ready to make decisions at this point. I don't know whether it's about kind of what you want to do next if you didn't get the job, or even if you did get the job, you're not making any quick decisions. Okay, you're going to do this properly, you're going to sit down, you're going to weigh it all out. Funnily enough, the one card that I didn't get in this reading, which I get in just about every other reading, is the Eight of Pentacles, the 8 of Autumn. And that's basically paying attention to the details. So that's quite interesting. That is quite interesting. Oh, hang on. No, we've got the 9 of Autumn instead. Okay, that's why I shuffled. Reward yourself for all your hard work, being happily and successfully self-employed, cherishing your time alone. For some of you, maybe you decide that you're not going to work in these corporations anymore and you're going to go out on your own, in which case that's really exciting. Then you have the 8 of Summer. Oh, I think my card is stuck. You have the 8 of Summer, which is desire for a more meaningful life, realising it's time to move on. We already had the time to move on card. Yep, we had the 8 of Water, the 8 of Summer. Desire for a more meaningful life, realising it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. So for some of you, you may be changing jobs by the end of the week, or thinking about it at least. So if you have applied for a job, just remember, if you don't get it, it's for your highest good that you don't get it, and you are destined for greater things, okay? Might be annoying if you've been doing the job in the meantime, but quite honestly, do you want to work for people who would treat you like that in the first place? I would say no. All right, my darlings, I'm going to go. Have a fantastic week. Good luck with your interviews. But if it's meant to be your job, it will be your job. All right, take care. Lots of love. Bye-bye.